when they took my friend away. I was slipping into darkness when they took my friend away. You know he loved to drink good whiskey. Oh, 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 while laughing at the moon. Slipping into darkness. Take my mind.
After graduating from high school?
Feels nice to be done. I was ready to move on. I was excited to start college. I knew I was going to be playing water polo, so I was really excited for that.
After high school, I was definitely like really sad because my life was gonna change, you know? I wasn't gonna see my friends anymore and we were all gonna split up. But I was also really happy with, I guess, like a new sense of freedom that college would give me and all the new opportunities that were gonna come my way.
Still obviously didn't know exactly what I was going to do with my life, but I was happy to be playing a sport that I was passionate about and taking it to the next level.
My immediate thought was, I'm finally free. It didn't really hit me that I wasn't really fully free until I got to the first day of college. My reaction was obviously happy and excited because I was actually gonna be the first person in my family to graduate from high school, and I was excited and proud of myself and proud to show my family all the hardships that I've gone through was gonna be worth it in this graduation. But I didn't realize that I was not fully free until I realized that there was a difference in the way of support that I got from high school versus the support I have in college. In college is very only you hands-on learning experience, and in high school there's like multiple people helping you, teachers, counselors, even coaches. But when it comes to college, it's more of a you thing. You have to keep yourself on track. You have to do this, you have to do that, you have to be organized and everything. So it was very intimidating trying to find that balance of knowing when to ask for help and knowing what I could do on my own.
So being a teacher was definitely not my plan once I graduated from high school. I originally applied to college trying to be a physiology major, and I actually took some classes in college as a physiology major, and then when I got to chem class I just couldn't hang, and in the same time I was taking a history class and I kind of got into it. And so yeah, originally I kind of just discovered that I was into history once I got to college. And that was kind of when I started thinking about becoming a teacher. But
I think that I had a lot of dream jobs I wanted at first, and it was always based on whatever show I was watching at the time. So when I was watching Grey's Anatomy, I wanted to do something in the medical field, and when I was watching Criminal Minds, I wanted to do something in law enforcement. But then I ultimately realized that I really enjoyed helping others, and I had a really positive experience with my school counselor. So that's what ultimately led me to want to kind of pursue something like her.
I didn't really commit to becoming a teacher until after I finished my professional water polo career. And so, yeah, I didn't really have a strong plan right away. I just kind of wanted to figure things out. And it led me on a really unique journey in my life.
My plan career-wise would finish up this last year-ish that I have of college and take the step further to go more into family therapy. Right now my college major is mental health recovery, but I want to either go more into family therapy or school counseling, just because I always felt a strong interest in either both genres, just because how I grew up and like my background. I just want to help other people who are also struggling in the same places as I was, especially being first generation. I just want to make sure that everyone knows why they're feeling a certain way and knows that they could have someone that they could count on to support them and to actually listen to them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would say I wish I had help both during and after graduation. I was, as a first generation college student, I was the first in my family to attend university. So
I think that help is all around. And I guess the help I needed was more of like the push to go and ask for help, because help is all around. It's everywhere you look, but you have to be the one to go up and like ask people for help or to know how to look for it, for whatever you need it for.
Like many of our students at Los, we're kind of had to navigate that, on our own without a lot of support. My parents never went to college, and so they had no idea how to do the process. So I really wish that going back, I had a little bit more support, figuring out things like financial aid, which I probably could have gotten more of, as well as just support in general, telling me that things are going to be okay. College is definitely an adjustment in terms of the academics and like how your life changes. So I wish I had a little bit more support, kind of like the support they offer at Los Amigos now. So I wish I had that.
The one thing I wish I had more help with was having some sort of guidance in a way. I feel like, not bashing on high school or anything, but I feel like high school kind of gives you a certain perspective of what college would be. But once you hit the actual grounds of college and have your first day, and then your first week, your first month, and your first year, like different cycles in a way. I feel like in the beginning, it's obviously exciting and new, and then it slowly goes into a routine, and then it slowly hits you that it's not really the same it's not the same that it was described to us personally from high school, but I wish I had a little bit more guidance or more knowledge of what to expect. But then again, everyone's experience is different, so I can't really blame that, but I wish I had a little more more to be mentally prepared in a way.
Well, I mean, as hopefully everybody knows, the research shows that it's very, very hard in this day and age to be successful without some type of further education, whether that's college, vocational school, something like that.
So I think people should continue with education, because statistically, people who continue with higher education open themselves up to more job opportunities and definitely higher salaries than individuals who don't.
And going to university, going to college for me was a time when my life completely opened up to new opportunities. It's a chance to reinvent yourself and rediscover yourself, to kind of fill into your true purpose. and so it was a really cool opportunity that led me to living in Europe, going all over playing water polo, and led me eventually on the path that brought me to this career. So college is so important and so much fun, and really allows you to do something that discover what you care about and then really get into it.
I think students should continue with their education after high school. It doesn't necessarily have to be with college. It could be trade school. It could be having a gap and then go to school. It doesn't matter what way you choose to continue your education, but as long as you do it. I feel like coming from my personal experience, my parents came to a country to give me and my siblings a better education, and I feel like in a way I owe it to them to give them something to be proud of, or to not let an opportunity go to waste. I think it's important for students to realize the sacrifices that our parents make, and not just our parents, but like generational sacrifices. I feel like there's a lot much more to think of or to know of what else is out there. Most definitely to not be scared, because if you're scared, the only person that's stopping yourself from achieving something, it's yourself. And I think at the end of the day, regardless of what path, educational path anyone chooses, I think each family would be proud of, and I think at the end of the day it'll all be worth it. And I think in the moment when you're like old with your kids and stuff, I think that everyone will have a I made it moment, and I think that's the most important thing high school students should know.
While the educational gap for Latinos achieving higher education has narrowed down over time, a significant disparity remains in earning a four-year degree. Even as more individuals choose to pursue a higher education, systemic barriers keep this gap wide open. Our community must provide stronger support and guidance to empower our youth to seek further education, because with knowledge comes opportunity. Though the perceived value of an education may fluctuate, education remains a powerful tool for unlocking better career prospects, higher earnings, and greater stability. This applies across all fields. For example, in construction, where certification can lead to roles such as foremen, superintendents, supervisors, and also such as agricultural work and more. Education is a key to advancement, allowing us to break the cycle of poverty rather than remaining trapped in systemic inequalities. Many believe that immediate work is the only way to survive these rising costs, but the data is clear. Education leads to higher income, business growth, reduced crime, and fairer workplaces. Success isn't always about shortcuts. It is about the perseverance, learning, and creating opportunities not just for ourselves, but also for our future generations. Waiting for the next generation to have it better isn't enough. Change starts with us. The stark underrepresentation of Latinos in government, medical, leadership, economic, and STEM fields harms our collective progress. This won't change overnight, but education is the most powerful solution we have. Finances shouldn't be a barrier. Options exist to make college more affordable. Many employers, for example, including Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon, McDonald's, and CVS, do offer tuition reimbursement programs, but to take into account, not all of them are going to be the same. We also There's also federal aid programs such as FAFSA, which is for US citizens and eligible residents, and CADA, which is for undocumented students that can cover tuition, trade school, certification programs, and living expenses. Success depends on commitment. Maintaining a strong grades and staying engaged in extracurriculars will maximize these opportunities. Many people see education as this long, demanding journey, one that is just not worth the effort. But the truth is, education is an investment, one that especially pays off when you pursue a career with strong future prospects. Even in fields that don't necessarily require a higher education up front, education remains the most powerful tool for advancement. Most jobs reward higher credentials with better opportunities, leadership roles, increase earning potential. It is not just about a 4-year degree. Even a 2-year certification or a trade program can give you a crucial safety net. Life rarely goes as planned, and having skills to fall back on can make all the difference. If your first pass doesn't necessarily work out, education assures you that you always have options, which the door never closes. You could always return to learning at any time. For our communities, families, and futures, we must recognize that education is the key to progress. It is easy to point out exceptions like billionaires who dropped out, success stories without diploma, but those are just outliers, not blueprints. Real sustainable change comes from knowledge, skills, and the ability to contribute meaningfully to our society. No one dreams of being in the same job forever. The power to change that starts with us. Education isn't about just our personal success, it is about lifting up communities. The choice is ours. Will we settle for what's given, or will we step up and build the future we deserve?
This is a man's world, but it would be nothing, not one little thing without a woman or a girl. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in bitterness. He's lost.